Welcome to What in the Actual Mental Health. We are so fucked up today.
We still don't have
our entrance or our exit because they're still on our phones.
Yeah, but it's definitely mid-April.
Yeah, it's coming. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
We're aim for 2026. Yeah. Coming in hot in July.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's what we're gonna aim for and probably still fuck it up.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna teach Kat some shit today because somebody doesn't watch the fucking news or anything in the entire world.
No, I don't. Seriously, like a lot of you, I used to learn stuff on social media from news.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like a lot of my feed was like that. But you know, the algorithm figures out what your shit. So my feed is all like biohacking, longevity, like all that kind of stuff now. And so is Mike's.
Oh, nice.
So now he sends me like such nerdy stuff, and I'm like, we're fucking soulmates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how like Angela and I, ours is like finance stuff and like future, like where we would live kind of shit, and we're just ting 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 back and forth all the fucking day with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
he used to send me really stupid reels like you do, and now all the reels Mike sends me are about biohacking.
I'll send you
grounding sheets.
I'll send you all the stupid ones.
NAD supplements. I'm like, oh,
the best.
Like, oh, you're trying to get laid.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's like, how do I? Yep, save these for later. Put those in a little later folder.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh, you're not really in the mood. Watch this.
Watch this NAD, baby.
Coming in hot. With
brown chicken, brown cow.
And I'm like, yes. The worst.
Okay, so let's talk about this bullshit, okay? Because it's been all over social media, which is why I'm all fired up. Because I had seen it a few weeks ago, and then it was officially, this occurred, I think on Tuesday, maybe?
Tuesday.
It's today Thursday? I don't know what today is. That's why I'm having a hard time.
Yep, it says Thursday.
So I think it was Tuesday.
Thursday. That's the thing I live by.
Yeah. So these, oh God, this fucking just chaps my asshole. So just the hole, not the whole ass. Right in the middle, right in the brown eye. So Bezos, Amazon, okay? Although, yes, I do buy a ton of shit from you, so please don't cancel me all the way.
Just sort of cancel
just
me.
Possibly like halfway. He like sponsored, or I don't know what the fuck I don't know what you want to call this bullshit. But anyways, a bunch of ladies, 6 ladies were...
Why this?
I hate them. I don't know, because I feel like they fucking ruined it for all the girls in the world. Like all the women, all the girls, I feel like they just took like a heaping lady shit all over everything, okay? Because, let me tell you why.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know. So
3 minutes in.
Still going.
This is the longest intro.
6 women went up into space for 11 minutes, I think.
11 minutes?
11 minutes. And I think each of them paid $250,000. Yeah. And here's where I'm like, fuck it. The amount of shit you could do with that money, whatever, fine. You don't want to save the world? On you. Katy Perry was one of these. So Katy Perry was one.
Oh, I saw a meme that said Katy Perry's back from space, and then it's like the reply is like, but could they keep her?
Yeah, Wendy's, the restaurant was like, but could they keep her? And I was like, well, okay, Wendy's at $0 to go. So it was her, Gayle King, who is like Oprah's right hand everything, maybe her special lady friend, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
And then Bezos's new wife, Plastic Barbie, and then I don't know who the other 3 were. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have 0 idea who the other 3 were. And here's where it like gets real frustrating for me, is that I don't find you spent a shit ton of money to do something for 11 fucking minutes, which you could have spent on, I don't know, fucking hunger, children, mental health, like pick one. But fine, it's your fucking money, you do you, boo, okay? But here's where it really starts to irritate me and chat my brown eye, is that especially Bezos' wife, but all of them were like, oh my God, we're bringing the glam squad to space. They're in full fucking makeup, like talking about their little spacey outfits and all this shit. And I'm like, so you took something that like could have been like, okay, women in space and we're doing the things. And you were like, oh my God, it's all about how I look and my 9-pound fucking eyelashes that look like 2 butterflies are gangbanging my eyeballs, and made it all about that and not about anything else. And then they start calling themselves astronauts. I'm like, you got the first part right, you fucking assholes. But if I was like an actual astronaut, I would
Which you're not.
I'm not. But I will tell you this.
Yeah, I don't think you would hack it.
No, I would not. I would definitely fucking fail. All the things. Fail at all. But here's what used to drive me crazy.
Is there manual labor involved?
Yeah, there probably is. And there's definitely math. And we all know I'm not going to do that.
I'm ready to just math.
There's like some buttons.
Half the time. Like half of what?
Half of everything in my life. But it's like when I used to work at CYFD, I remember like people would be like, oh, I'm a social worker. And then you like look at their degree on the wall and it's like underwater basket weaving. And I'm like, the fuck you are. Just because you have a job where you steal babies doesn't make you a social worker, dick. So this is the same thing. Okay. So it just like frustrates me because I'm like, you guys did something that could have been cool. Maybe, I don't fucking know. I still think the amount of money is fucking insane. But you made it all about like, and I think even Katy Perry took like a little fucking daisy up there with her. What the fuck are you doing? That's dumb. It's so dumb. And then like actual like female astronauts who like did the school, did the fucking space shit, whatever the fuck that is, because it looks like a lot. They're actual astronauts. And everyone's just like, oh, it's the glam squad. Dumb. It's fired me up. Hate it. Hate it. It's like setting us back like 20 years.
Where do you feel that in your body?
Right in my brown eye. That's right.
Okay, well, this is interesting because like you told me the whole story and I was like, what? That would be a story that I would just like push up on my feed. I don't give a fuck about that.
I mean, by tomorrow, like no one will give a fuck probably. I just think it's dumb because it's like you want to fight for like, oh, women are this and women are strong and all the things. And then you're like, we get up here and all we talk about is the fact that you're not like us. And I brought a daisy and I got 20 pounds of makeup on. How's that helping anybody?
Yeah, there's definitely some things in there that are
cringy.
Yeah, kind of yucky a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, you're like really mad about it.
Because it's, you know what I think it is too, is it's this weird space that I think we're in right now. You know, touche. I didn't even mean to do it. That we're in right now of like these, I'm going to use the word, so here it comes, of these like feminazis who are like, oh, women can do everything men can. No, the fuck we can't. And men can't do everything women can do. And I don't know why we have to fight this fight. And it's putting our boys in a really shitty predicament as well. And as a mother of a boy, I literally worry all the time about like in another, I don't know, 5 years when he decides that he would like to start dating, what the fuck is that gonna look like? You know? And so I think that's why it just kind of felt like the cherry on top of like what's been going on a lot lately of these women who are just very anti-men and very like, fuck everything, they hold us down, they do this, they do that, and it's like, this doesn't help either.
Do you think that these women are anti-men?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm sure Bezos' wife
married
isn't.
to the guy, Orlando Bloom. Right?
Yeah.
And they're like really in love, allegedly. But, you know, I mean, not outwardly. I don't know what the fuck their house looks like. But, you know, she dotes over him all the time and how much she loves him.
Yeah.
I don't know
that they are.
Shit about this Bezos lady.
Yeah, they've only been married real recently. It's been, I don't know, I saw a picture of her fucking eye pumping the shit out of Leonardo DiCaprio, so I don't know. But she's like 45 years older than he dates, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, okay. Well,
she was born like in a decade that started with a 19, so that's not gonna work out. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't know I don't know what Gail King's like sitch is at home. So I have no idea. And I don't think necessarily that they are anti-men. I think it's not necessarily that. It's that we've gotten in this weird place of like women are strong or stronger than anybody, and we need all the equality and we need all the things. And then you have these women who have the money to do something that typically, you know, back in the day was predominantly male, like, right? I mean, most, you know, Buzz Armstrong and all the dudes, right? So they're doing something that is predominantly male,
right? And
make it all about their looks and all about their clothes. And it's like, where do you start to say as women, yes, we are strong in certain ways that are different than men, and we can celebrate both, but it doesn't mean that I have to get up in space and only celebrate the fact that I have a cute little outfit on, you know?
Yeah. Also, the 11 minutes is weird.
Yeah. The amount of time or the fact that it's so short, or both? Would you like it better if it was 12?
No, just like, what the fuck did you do for 11 minutes?
I just floated around and took a ton of pictures. Yeah. And then when they got back to Earth, they like kissed the Earth because they were gone for a whole 11 minutes. So really missed that ground. Yeah. And I'm sure those other astronauts who were real astronauts who were stuck up in space for like 9 months really enjoyed that picture because they didn't get to walk for 9 months or thereafter for a while. So they're all fucked up now.
Well, like, how do you really feel? How do you feel that in your body?
No, I just think it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It just feels crazy to me. And because you don't ever watch the news, I just wanted to tell you about it. So you're welcome.
Well, I saw a thing this morning about the Katy Perry thing, and I was like, maybe she made a music video.
I mean, she did plug her new album while she was up there. She definitely took time to do that.
Well, as any good businesswoman would.
Yeah, you gotta find the time.
Yeah,
I mean, you paid $250,000. You should advertise the fuck out of something.
Yeah.
Because you gotta make up that money.
Yeah.
While you're floating around.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You wasted 11 years. It's like 3 songs on your album.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just weird. It just feels like it's just with all the things that have also been going on. It just feels like one of those things where you're like,
Do you think this is one of those things where like they use that to distract from something else?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm sure like somebody super important is probably dying right now, or there's like a country being invaded, or all the other things that we know that have been going on.
Right.
Like the Doge stuff, or Israel, all the things. I'm sure 100% this has.
I have an idea. We haven't done this yet, but let's put 6 very wealthy women in space for 11 minutes.
Yeah, and have them talk about stupid shit
while people are dying.
And everyone will get all riled up. And then it's like the movie Wag the Dog. But, oh God, I hate you. Why do you ever, can you just read and watch the movies?
I don't fucking have time. I read a lot. I don't read your shit.
So the movie Wag the Dog is about basically, it's from I think the 90s or 2000s.
Well, I was born in 87.
I forget that you're not that young. But they create a whole war to distract from the fact that the president in this movie had an affair or did something nefarious. I can't remember what. And they create this whole fake war and have it on a movie set and everything. And it's basically talking about how the tail wags the dog. So it's backwards, you know what I mean? So again, a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you're probably not wrong, but it still fires me up. It's still dumb. I just think it's so ridiculous. And they've gotten a lot of backlash for it, which, is kind of interesting too, because I don't think that you can tell they definitely didn't think anybody was going to be this riled up about their shit. But I think it's just I don't know. Like I said, I think for a lot of people who are actually scientists and astronauts and things are could you not call yourself that? Could you just said we're a bunch of ladies going up into space?
Yeah, I can relate to that because I really hate when people, there's 2 things. One, I really hate when people are like, oh, she's just a nurse. And I'm like, ugh, I could fucking murder you for that.
Yeah.
And then I also don't like when people call medical assistants nurses.
Oh, yeah.
I was a medical assistant, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I was an MA, I did reception, and then I did medical assisting, and then I did a nurse, and then I got, I had my associates, and then my bachelor's, and then my master's, and postdoc, or postgrad. So I have lots of then and then and then.
Right. So
I love medical assistants. They are extremely essential, but they're not a nurse.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. I get a lot of you can't be a therapist because you're a social worker. And I'm like, social workers are not just the people that come and steal the babies. We do a lot of things. I know that's what everyone thinks, is that we're just the ones that come knocking on your door and snatch your kids. Yes, and. But yeah, there's a lot. Yes, and we can also do therapy.
We can therapize.
Yeah, and it is it's frustrating. And I think just like you were saying, I'm sure for the actual lady astronauts and dude astronauts too, it's a lot of fucking time away from your family. And I've watched them throw them in that thing where they spin them around, and I'm like, fuck that shit, So then you've got Katy Perry, who's I'm on fire up there and fucking bullshit. And she's like, I'm an astronaut, and they're like, you are. So
yeah, they're like,
they're
I don't think
that's it. And maybe I think too, for some people, some of the stuff I was reading was also just, again, with your money and your publicity, could you have done something else that was more beneficial?
You could have.
Yeah, 100%. There's 1,000 things. And maybe, I mean, I'm sure they have charity shit and whatever else they fucking maybe do. I think, you know, I don't, and again, it's their money. They worked hard for it. I'm not going to tell them how to spend it. I wouldn't want somebody to tell me. But
well, I'm going to start telling you how to spend your money.
You should. You fucking should. Somebody should.
Somebody should say something.
Yeah. Fuck. And I mean, I know Bezos has more money than God because I buy all the things from fucking Amazon. So
yeah,
your wife is welcome because I sent her up there.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. It shows me a shout out.
Yeah. Like, fuck your Daisy or whatever.
Yeah.
Katy Perry. You should be like, thanks to Rebecca Sonnenberg.
Yeah, Rebecca Sonnenberg. I'm up here because of you. Whoop whoop. Thanks for buying that lotion the other day. Dicks. Yeah. So anyways.
My girl's piggy banks.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah.
Amazon.
I mean, it's convenient. I don't have the time, so it's what it is.
And they're Easter dresses.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's nice.
They love them. Lila calls it her Easter bunny dress.
Oh, that's nice.
Whatever.
That's nice. Yeah.
Well, we're the reason that she's up there.
Yeah, yeah, we're the reason she's floating around.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's just what I wanted to bitch about today, and that's it. Now we're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Girl, this was solid. So, like, okay. Let's unpack this a little.
Yeah.
So you kind of like on the surface talked about like why this is so irritating for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like what part of it do you find the most triggering? Is it like spending money? Why don't you just answer first?
I think probably the thing that I find the most irritating is like the making a very big deal about like we're going up there to show off our and like talking about like these are our outfits and this is the makeup we're wearing and we're bringing glam to space. I think is exactly what she said. And it's like I think knowing that like the industry of all things financial, like makeup and hair products and everything, right, it's geared towards making women buy more things. So you can never grow old. You can never not wear makeup. You can never be unattractive. Like it's all these, I mean, you look at the row of shit for women. It's exponentially long, right? And then you got the pink tax and all the bullshit that comes with that. And so I think that getting up there and that being the only thing that you can bring to the table is to do exactly, you know, just promote basically buy more shit from Amazon. So I guess it's her own fucking plug too. But it's like there was nothing else that you could think of as a woman.
Yeah.
You know, that because it's, you know, because it's like you could have gotten up there and said 1,000 other things about, you know, oh, we're like the first set of 6 women who got the fuck up in space after, you know, 9 zillion dudes who have done it. I don't even know how many fucking dudes have been up there.
9 zillion.
9 zillion and one, probably. And a fucking couple of monkeys, too. Yeah. You got up there after the monkeys. So, like, you couldn't be excited about that? You know, on the list of fucking things. That wasn't it. It was like, oh my God, I'm this cute little outfit. And then the outfits are exceptionally tight as well. I'm like, could you breathe on that thing? I don't know. I feel like your vaginas were sucked in there, but I don't know.
The noise.
Yeah. You're welcome. Because I imagine as they were going up. And then also it's very funny is that like the spaceship they were in was very phallic. And I was dying laughing because people have also been like comparing it to Austin Powers, which you probably don't know either, but there's
I know who Austin Powers is.
Bag of dicks.
But I don't there's like stupid humor.
There's a whole scene where he like flies this spaceship and it's shaped like a dick.
Nice.
And so when they're watching it on the screen, it looks like a dick, and it looks exactly like it, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's pretty funny. But no, I think what's irritating is just that, like, as if you want to make strong women and you want little girls who are watching you to be like, oh, I could totally be an actual goddamn astronaut. Cool. But instead you made it all about how you look. That's gross. We've been doing that for so fucking long. Can we do something else?
So what I heard you say was
gross. Bag of dicks.
So they took like a monumental moment and like turned it into something very like superficial and like based on appearances and all of that.
Yeah.
Why does that bother you?
Because it's sad.
Well, yes. Could you go further or deeper into that, Rebecca?
Yeah. Because it's just, like I said, you think about right now especially, okay? It was different when we were growing up, especially you because you're older. We didn't have...
For the record, you're fucking 6 years older than
like
me.
7 actually, but it's fine. But it's still fun to fuck with you.
Of course.
You know, when we were kids, like we didn't have this like 24/7 in your face this is the type of body you should have. This is the type of, you know what I mean? Like, you should have this filter and you should look like this, and it should take you 75 hours to put on your face, and you can't go swimming because the gangbanging eyelashes will fall off, you know, like it's just a disaster, right? And now these girls, and because I work with these young ladies and I hear the things they say about themselves, and I watch them, you know, where they're starting to cut themselves and they're starting to have like really negative self-talk because they don't look like these influencers and they don't look like Kim Kardashian. And it's like, you know, and it's so funny because I'll see these memes where it's like, you're not ugly, you're just poor. And they'll show pictures of the Kardashians before and after. And it's money. I mean, you paid a lot to look that way.
Right.
And these young women are paying them to look like them, right? Because you got like their own makeup brands and all the things. And so I think to me, it's just like, if I had a little girl, if I had little girls, what I would want them to aspire to be is more than what they look like, or more than what the best, you know, influencer looks like on TikTok.
Right.
And I think for me, that's what's so sad is like, you know, because probably one of my favorite things about my husband is that he will always tell me, he's like, I love when you have no makeup on. And I'm like, I look like a trash goblin. There's no fucking way. But he really does mean it.
On purpose, you love that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you love that I'm like under the bridge, like, give me your quarters, you know, like, really?
He's like, yes, it pays for a vacation.
Exactly, yeah. He's like, that's how I know where we're going on trips. So, but give me your money. But yeah, it's like, I appreciate that because I spent a lot of time, you know, like hating the way I looked. And I had a mom who very much talked shit about the way she looked, and I look exactly like her. So from the time I was very little, I was like, oh, we have to be hideous, you know? And so now you have these girls who are even more influenced all the fucking time. And, you know, the algorithms feed that on purpose. And again, it makes a shit ton of money. So to have these women who these young girls could have looked up to, I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's not like Katy Perry's just sitting around fucking doing nothing. Like, she works her ass off. I'll give it to her. And I'm sure Gayle King has done some things besides be Oprah's best friend. I don't fucking know.
I'd imagine Oprah, like, really runs her into the ground.
Oh, I'm sure. It should be exhausting.
Yeah,
and the child trafficking and all the things. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot. So, and Bezos' wife, you know, I'm sure it's hard carrying all that plastic in her face. But I'm sure they do a lot of things that are probably philanthropic. I don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, you took all of that and just said, all we're doing is this monumental thing because of how we look.
Right. And it sounds to me like it wasn't even like a girl power thing. No. It was just like, yep, let's take a bunch of makeup into space.
Right. Yeah, let's take a bunch of DIE makeup and all this bullshit. Take it out there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just feels, you know, I think it's just like a letdown. I think that's why it bothers me, because it's just like, it's just a letdown. Because you think about too, it's like, when you think of like women in like the 80s and the 90s, even like the early 2000s, which is kind of where things kind of probably got a little fucking pendulum crazy. But it was a lot of this, like, we're strong, and, you know, even in the 60s, like, we're burning bras and we're doing all the things and we're working in factories or whatever the fuck. And now it's just, you know, oh, I got 20 pounds of makeup on and I made it to space for 11 minutes. It took a shit longer than that the other day. Actually, that's not true, but my husband did.
And not wait for him to hear that.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, she's not wrong. But I think that's why. That's why it just feels, and I, like I said, because I sit with these girls in sessions and I listen and I watch the mutilation that they're doing to their bodies, and it's just, it makes me sad, you know, it makes me real sad.
Yes.
That's why it bothers me. Yeah. Because like I said, you know, you have the money, you can do whatever you want with it. I don't really love it, but whatever. I think I would hope that if I had that much money falling out of my asshole, I'd do something better with it, but I don't know, I've never had that much money.
Yeah, same.
So I don't even know. Sure. Maybe I would go fucking ape shit and buy, like, I don't know, a fucking spaceship and put the fuck up there. Definitely not with makeup on, though. I can guarantee fucking to you I would not give a shit about that. But yeah, I just want more for our girls. And like I said too, for our boys, because that's the thing too, is it's like, again, like, you could have celebrated like these women who are strong and have these supportive spouses who were part of that, right? That were all about cheering them on and like sharing in that with them. Like, there was so many pieces that could have been implemented to show kids, especially, like, what do strong relationships look like?
Yeah. That
even when you have a strong woman in your life, you can still be a strong man and you can still support her and you can still love her. You don't have to be her bitch.
Yeah.
You know? there's just like a lot of opportunities to me, but I'm like,
we missed that. We missed the mark on
we're like, all of these, nah, fuck that. Makeup and clothes. It's like Barbie goes to space. I haven't done that 100 times.
You're angry.
Yeah, just disappointed. It makes me mad. It makes me sad. No, it makes me sad. Like I said, and it's so funny too, because yesterday, literally, before I even like knew that any of this shit was going on, I had met with a client. I think she's 13. She'll be 14 soon. And the kids in Rio Rancho, they have testing this whole week, or part of this whole week. And so she had to be up, so she didn't put any makeup on. She had 0 fucks to give. And it was so funny because she came in and I was like, your face. I was like, that's nice. I like that. She's like, I don't have anything on. What are you talking about? And I was like, no, you look very pretty. And she like could not like hear that. Like it just was, because most of the time I do the opposite when I see her and I'm like, what's going on? Got a lot on. What's going on there? You know, so we have conversations about like how much, and she does. She wears a lot of makeup for as young as she is. And that's the other thing. I'm like, man, when did I don't remember wearing makeup until like high school.
Oh, I was definitely in middle school.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, my dad was pissed though. I'd hide it. And then so I would take it to school and put it on. And nice. Then sometimes, as children do, I would forget to take it off when I get home. And my dad would be like, what's on your face? Like, oh, I fell.
Into a palette.
Into a makeup palette. But it was real popular when I was like 12 and 13 to have like purple or like green eyeshadow with like blue mascara. My dad would be like, you look like a clown. Like, what is this on your face? So he'd be like, no. And then I can't speak for other parts of the country, but it's very popular for the cholas, right? To have like the brown line here, like to line your lips with like just like clear lip gloss on the inside. And my dad would be like, it looks like you ate a dirty diaper. And I'm like, thank you, Daddy. That's
like, I feel so pretty.
Yeah, I was like, that's nice. He's like, you have such a beautiful face and you're like putting stupid stuff on your face and you don't need to like do that. Also, now you look like a clown who ate a dirty diaper. And I'm like, wow, there's nothing like building your confidence up. But I get it. Like, I think I didn't really start wearing makeup till I was, I don't know, maybe 15, maybe sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
And even then, I've never been a huge makeup girl. Like, I really like me some good, pretty eyeshadow, but I don't really wear like face makeup. I don't wear foundation. I wear a little bit of blush, a little bit of shimmer, you know. But I definitely don't like cake it on. I never really have.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad was very much like, no.
Yeah.
But my little chickens, they love to do makeup with mommy.
Yeah.
So we put like a little bit of pink lipstick on their lips.
Yeah.
And then like some little real light like shimmer on their eyes. You know, sometimes like something like fun or cute for them.
Yeah.
But and then my husband and I both make like a huge, big point of like telling them how beautiful they are all the time.
Right.
And then yes, like obviously telling them like, oh, you look beautiful with your makeup on, but like you also look beautiful without makeup, kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, we try to reinforce like both ways.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what you do, like when you don't wear makeup and somebody's like, you're right, you look so
like, oh, you look so tired. You're like, could you fuck off?
Right, like,
I am tired and that's why I didn't put makeup on.
I'm exhausted.
Could you suck my ass?
Yeah, exactly. I also know, look, I just survived the flu in the fucking 1900s and I'm gonna die for sure, but fuck off.
Yeah, you're like, but I have a business to run.
Yes, I'm doing 9,000 things, not going into space.
Yeah, not going into space. Don't have time to do that. Some other woman can do that for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna delegate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna delegate that. Yeah, that sounds terrible.
We also make it a point with the babies, because they're obviously they're young, but they're still impressionable now. My ex-husband is not super great with verbal validation or words of affirmation, which we've spoken about like with me.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak to like what he like says to the chickens when they're with him, but when they're with us, we're always like Lila, my little one, will tell me like, I need to put this on so I don't gonna look beautiful. Oh. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm not going to. And also you look beautiful no matter what you're wearing or like in your pajama jams or whatever, you know? So like
making a deal.
Right. We try to like make a positive big deal about it. Not like, oh, don't say that. Oh, you're not, you know?
Yeah.
But we also try to teach each other or try to teach them like to be each other's like number one fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And to like build each other up that way.
Yeah. And themselves. Yeah. Because that's like Angelo, he does, he makes Odoo I ams, like 5 I ams. And they have to be, you know, and it can be like, I'm handsome, but it also has to be things like I am smart, I am helpful. So he'll ask him, he's like, okay, what else? You know, because if he gets stuck on like kind of one theme, he's like, and then he'll like kind of switch it up.
And
yeah, exactly.
Keep it going.
Yeah, because I also want him to like have the validation that he's handsome, you know, but also he's very smart and very lovey and all the things, you know, so that it's not just
well-rounded
one thing. Yeah, because that's also, especially because he's a boy, you know what I mean, and he won't get that space the same way we do as girls, which gets forgotten a lot too, right? It's like he doesn't get the space to feel like, I don't feel my best today, you know. And I think I had told you that when we were in South Carolina, he like picked out this outfit, this SpongeBob SquarePants outfit, and it's like neon pink, neon yellow shorts with all the SpongeBob on it. And he goes and like tries it on, and he like hands his dad his clothes, and he's like, I'm gonna wear this out there. And we're like, okay, whatever. And like his entire swagger like changed, and these like girls walked by, and he's like, hey, you look good. Hey, I'm like, okay, pimp, who the fuck, what's happening here? It was like a night and day of just like him having like some autonomy over like himself and his clothes and like what felt good, you know. And then he looks at me, he's like, Mom, these clothes are making me live my best life. And I was like, okay. I said, maybe it's just you feel really comfortable in your own skin, and that's what's making you, you know. And he's like, yes, as he's like got his little chest out, you know.
Is that also
I look fucking amazing. But it was just the funniest thing that it was like he just was like owning his own shit and his own little swagger and like, hey girl, you know. And I was like, okay, playa.
That's so funny.
But it's just, you know, I just, especially because he's a boy, I try to really also give him the space of like, you know, you can be smart and sweet and funny and attractive and all the things, and also get the affirmations that you won't always get as a boy, which is shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, I tell Mike, my husband, all the time how beautiful he is. And the girls, Alana, I think, was like, Mommy, boys aren't beautiful, they're handsome. And I'm like, well, they can be both, baby. And I'm like, have you seen him? But awesome. Like, you've seen like the beauty that is this big giant man. But the girls also call him Big Giant Man.
Oh.
Like, where's that big giant man? I need him to open my waddle. Like,
see, and that's what I'm saying, like where could we have just done more for our kids, you know, because we were talking about this last week, right, just within New Mexico even, but like just in general, like how do we start to allow both boys and girls to just be fucking magical, you know, and support each other and see what healthy things look like when you support your partner,
right?
Instead of it being like, oh yeah, my wife's really pretty and she's floating around in space in a cute little outfit. When you Google it, you'll know. As soon as you look at it, you'll be like,
I can't even make that noise. I don't know. Mine's just a slurpee. Yours is like a suction.
Yeah. When you see the pictures, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's fucking not breathing.
That's not breathing.
No, that's polyester for sure. That's an infection waiting to happen. Is what that is. So I think that's why it fires me up. I just want more. Just want more from people these days. You know,
that's
it's
fair.
2025. Like, for fuck's sake. And I'm pretty sure that the ladies who, you know, the original feminists who fought for, you know, suffragette and all the things, I'm 100% sure they weren't like, okay, we just fought for our vote, you know, our right to vote, and also we bought the glam. That is 100% not what happened. 100%, you know?
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, what I'm about to say is like twofold. Like, when I think of like a strong, independent woman, I don't necessarily think of like the full-on glam and the tight outfit and the daisy or whatever. But also, Katy Perry in particular has shown to be a very strong, independent woman.
Right.
So like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, but also like, fucking live it up, man. Like, it's like I'm really torn there because I totally agree with like what you're saying. But then, like, also on her side, she's been through some fucking shit.
Right, yeah. She got divorced, like, right before, or she got broken up with, like, right before she was about to go on stage.
Yeah.
From her husband.
Yeah. Well, and that's, like, one of, I mean.
Many, yeah.
Being a celebrity in general, there's no way that's
terrible.
ever easy. Yeah.
Right.
And then, compounded with, like, she had a baby, and there's, like, a whole hormonal shit.
Right, and the minute her weight changes and all the things.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And everybody's super fucking.
Well, and again, right, like, right away, everyone's gonna make it like, oh, she's got, like, a little mommy pouch. And it's like, but then you go up there and you make it about the way you fucking look. And it's like, where do you find the fucking balance of like, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't like it. And like you said though, I mean, yes, I am proud of the fact that 6 women went up to space for 11 fucking minutes for fucking zillions of dollars. But yeah, I'm also proud of the astronaut women who have also gone up to space. Like the woman that just, and I don't even know her name, which is so sad. And it's on me that I don't even know the woman who just came back after being stranded up there for fucking like 9 months. You know, which is sad. And like we probably talked about her less than Katy Perry's ass. So sorry, astronaut lady, I fucked up. So I'm part of the problem. Moral of the story. I didn't even know that happened. You didn't know there? Oh my god, I fucking no. It was a man and a woman. They were only supposed to go up there for like a week.
Nice.
And they got stranded. And here's the shittiest thing, is that. And people are going to cancel me for sure, so here we go.
Did it get more publicity? Did Katy Perry's ass get more publicity than this?
Yeah, probably. But also why they got stranded. Well, so there was a malfunction, right? And they wanted to come back. And however you feel about this, just suck on it for a second, okay? Elon Musk was like, I have the power, I have the machinery, I have the things to go and get them. Mm-hmm. And this was right around the time from switching from one presidency to another. Again, I don't care how you feel about either one. This is a fucking situation that sucks. So because it was switching from one president to the other, our previous president was like, nope, you can't go get them. And so they stayed up there for 9 months. And the amount of like, I can't even remember. I'll have to find it and send it to you.
Is that because Elon Musk and Trump are friends or something?
Yep. And Biden was like, absolutely not.
Well, Biden's administration, because Biden doesn't even know where he is.
No,
right
he does not. He just knows what diaper he's wearing today. But yeah, his administration
little girl's
was
head
like,
he's sniffing.
Yeah, exactly, including his daughters. So yeah, his administration was like, yeah, no, we don't want you to do that because that's good publicity for you guys. So fuck off. So they floated around up there for months. And the amount of damage that they have shown that it does to your body the longer that you are up there, because there's no fucking gravity. And even if you look at pictures of when they left to when they got back, they aged drastically. It's creepy. So they were up there, I think it was like 9 months altogether that they were up there because, and who finally got them down? Musk and some other people finally were like, and got them down. Yeah. I know. And I don't know that lady's name or the guy's name either. So sorry. They were real astronauts. So that's on me too. But, yeah. I mean, I also don't know the other 3 ladies that went with this group. So yeah, I only know so many. I don't even know my name.
That's true.
I mean, at least I knew the story. So there's that. But yeah, they were up there for a very long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was real shitty.
Interesting.
Real
I wonder.
Shitty. Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking politics, man.
I know. That's when it gets real fucking ugly. And it's so dumb because it's like, who the fuck cares? They're up there floating around. Just bring, I can't even imagine too, as their family. Woo. Oh, I'd be pissed.
I would have
and the amount
probably blown up.
And the amount of money that they made while they were up there, it was like, I think in the 9 months they were up there, it came to a total of like $15,000 each. If even that is like how much hazard pay they got to be up there. That's it. For 9 months. Yeah.
What does that equate to? Like less than a penny a day or something?
Yeah, it's something real dumb. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking you. Don't do math.
Yeah, so I looked at you like, I don't know what the fucking answer is.
It's dumb.
It's stupid. Yeah. It's not a lot.
It's inadequate. Like my math skills.
And like all my adding right now in my brain.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, no, it's gross. And it like completely fucks up your body. And some of the stuff they say is like
irreversible.
Yeah, you're not coming back with that. Yeah. And it's interesting because if you've ever watched like interviews that they have with people who have come back from space, it's like they forget that there's now gravity. So they'll be talking to people and like they'll just have a pen in their hand and then they'll just let go of it and it'll hit the ground and they're like, oh shit. And it's like they completely don't remember, oh, before for 9 months I let go of something and it just floated. Now I let go and it's like, oh, back of ticks, you know? So you got like a baby, hopefully not holding on, and they're just like, oh, it's that baby. Oh. Boom.
Let that baby.
But yeah, no, they were up there.
You like let go, you're like, that's weird.
Yeah, they were like, huh, for the baby. Oh, that's a mess.
Like, that is.
Yeah, get the social workers, steal that baby. Steal the baby.
Steal the baby. That is when you're a social worker.
That's when you're a social worker, not an underwater basket weaver. Yeah. But yeah, so that's That's some fuck shit too. And that's also, those are like real astronauts. And they were up there for a real, not 11 fucking minutes, that's for sure. Yeah, it's real sad. Yeah, all for politics.
Yeah, the politics thing really is.
Which is why it's so stupid. And that's why I said, like, I don't really care who the fuck anybody who listens, like, voted for or likes or doesn't like. It doesn't, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. But you're leaving people up there. You know, you're leaving them away from their families, and their bodies are having like detrimental things done to it. Mm-hmm. Just because the guy you don't like, you don't want him to get the publicity. Mm-hmm. The fuck cares? It's dumb.
Like, in my opinion, that would have made you look better. Like, oh, I let the other party help me.
Yeah.
Help my country.
Right, because I don't care about red and blue. I just care about saving people.
Right.
And my diapers. But yeah, no, that's not. It's smelling hair. Yeah. All at the same time. It's a lot happening all in space.
Also in your mouth.
Also,
so. Right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's really interesting. I hate people. This is why America is like the biggest joke of the world. Like, that's why people laugh at us, because we're fucking stupid.
We do stupid shit.
So stupid.
Yeah. Real dumb. And for, you know, and it's so interesting as I had like watched, I can't remember the guy's name. I'll have to find him. I really like him a lot too. And I can't remember his name again. I don't know anybody's name.
Because you don't know any astronauts.
I'm fucking horrible with names. I'm like, hey, Seroquel, Ashwagandha, all my friends. You there, buddy? But he talked about how, you know, like falling for the red and blue, you know, gay and straight, it's just a distraction at the end of the day. It pits people against each other.
Yeah.
Just like you were asking, like, is this whole Katy Perry thing probably just distracting 100%? And the same thing with Republican versus Democrat, right? It's just, it gives a distraction for people to not pay attention to the 9,000 things. Yeah. Also, I'm going to give you a little update on something we talked about, I think last week. We were talking about the education system.
You read my mind.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you something that I learned more about it. So, the original education system was founded by Rockefeller, okay, who's like fucking money of all money, right? He's like up there with like the Vanguards and the BlackRocks and all the things, like money for money. He founded it, and he literally said, I would rather have a good worker than a smart thinker. Yeah. So he started the education system so that he could get a system of humans who were used to being told what to do, how to think, for 9 to 5, you know, for 9 to 5,
for
right?
Institutional, they want them institutionalized.
And then the other thing that he is a big founder of, or put a shit ton of money into, is the pharmaceutical company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
there it is.
Yep, exactly. So I'm gonna pump you out of these schools. You already know how to either be a worker bee, or now we're teaching you how to also be a prisoner, because they're just the same. I'm gonna pump you out. Your job will make you sick. I will provide the medication, and either way you make money for me. And that's how our education system got started. I'm bringing you a lot of joy today. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm like crashing. I'm like really tired all of this. My system's like, no,
bag of dicks.
Past that.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe if we yawn too many times, my system's like, if we just keep yawning, maybe we just can't keep going.
Okay, do you want something on a happy note? You want an animal fact I learned?
Oh, God.
I love these ones. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay, yes, I am.
Okay,
but
go.
I wish I could remember. Oh, okay, so this is an animal thing as well.
Yeah.
It was so autistic of Mike. So like, Mocha, my puppy, she jumps around and she looks like a little goat.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't puppy, she goats.
Yeah,
it's
bizarre. She has little legs.
Yeah, and so she legit looks like a goat.
Oh.
It's so funny. So I'm like, we didn't get a dog, we have a goat. Yeah, so like Mike and I we don't even call the dog. We're like, do you let the goat out? Should feed the goat? Does the goat have food? You know? So last night, Mike's daughter Brooke was there with us. And it was our off night with the chickens. They were with their dad. So it's just the three of us. We're hanging out, eating ice cream. Brooke said something fucking random as shit. Like,
Nice.
I can't even, it was like,
you're like,
what? Yeah, like we were like talking about trees, and all of a sudden she's talking about like horseshoes or something. I was like, there's nothing related there. And so it was already like,
she's porpoising.
She's what?
Porpoising. Like a porpoise, like a dolphin. It's like what ADHDers do is like they hear you and they're listening, and then like something else will trigger them, and like a dolphin comes up for air, and then they come back to the conversation. That's what porpoising is for ADHDers. It's like, oh, all of a sudden I thought of this, and I'm back in the conversation, and they don't match, and it seems really confusing. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
because as you're saying that, I'll wait till you're done with that in your mouth just in case. As you're saying that, in my head, right, I'm like watching, I'm picturing both Mike and Brooke like coming up for air. Like, bloop, here's this weird fucking caramel fact.
Yeah.
Here's this weird fucking. So we're talking about the dog, and she's like in Brooke's face. And I was like, we definitely did not buy a dog. We bought a goat. And Mike goes, you know, goats will eat anything, even tin cans. And I was like,
the fuck?
I was like,
okay,
that was so autistic of you. But he was like,
but it's true.
He was so fucking proud. He was like,
I had a little moment.
Yeah, and then it was almost like Brooke's like, huh. And I'm
like, what is happening in my life right now?
Yeah, and then he was like, you're in an autistic sandwich.
Yeah, you really were.
She was like, why am I being autistic? And she said something else, but then she like stuttered and she like got stuck. And he was like, oh no, keep going. Could you go ahead?
Yeah, show me again how you're not.
I was like, oh my God. It was so funny though, because he was like, he didn't look up. Yeah, he was like, goats will eat anything, even tin cans. And then he like,
he's like, yeah, there you go.
I fucking was dying. So that was my random
nice
fact. I was like, I can't wait to tell Rebecca.
Yeah, and he's right.
Yeah. I'm not here to fact check. I'm just here to give you information.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you one that you're going to love. Okay, do you know what I don't even know if you know what this animal is, you asshole. Do you know what a wombat is?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I don't know if I could pick it out in a lineup.
Oh, that's so sad. He's like holding a little card.
He's like, I am wombat.
He's like, get right here, this guy. They're like real fluffy. So their butts are mostly just made out of cartilage. So if an animal is like coming to attack them, they'll like run to their little burrow head first and leave like their ass out, so that if like the animals are eating them, they just like nah, 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 and it's just cartilage and it won't really hurt them. But then what they do is they literally will wait till the animal like that's trying to eat them's head gets close to the top of their burrow, and then they twerk them to death. Boom, 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 and they just kill them that way. Yeah, they're like Cardi B. Ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, America. Wombats. Yeah, so they twerk him to death, and I think that is the greatest thing ever.
Oh.
Yeah. So now when you see a wombat and you finally know what the fuck they are, you'll be like, they twerk things to death. And no one else at the zoo will probably know except for the other TISM kids. They'll be like, oh my God, I know! And then everyone will be excited.
And then do a little porpoise.
And they'll just boop, boop, and now you know that too. So many things today.
I know, I take a lot home.
You should. Everybody does around me.
Like, oh my
Mostly
God.
trauma. But
Rebecca said. I got plenty of that.
Yeah.
No,
I can share.
I take that home on my own.
Yeah, but now you also know
I'm my own trauma factory.
Now you know about porpoising.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, because you're like ADHD years. I'm like, everyone in my life.
Yeah.
Is that.
And that's why, like, you'll see, because my son does it a lot, where just all of a sudden he's like, boop, boop. I'm like, what the fuck? And I know that's what he's doing, is that, like, he's listening, but then something, like, got his attention, and then he came back. And that's what makes people really frustrated with people, because they think they're not listening. They are, but they also get very distracted, and boop, boop. Like a little dolphin.
That's definitely on camera. This is why I'm so glad we're recording now. My fucking favorite part of the day.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody listening is like, rewind.
Yeah, oof. Yeah. So, last night we were like eating ice cream. It had been potentially 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Brooke's like, are you guys always this quiet? And Mike goes, it's not quiet. And I'm like, well, no one's talking. He's like, but
yeah,
it's like there's a lot in my head.
Yeah,
it's like it's never quiet
full
in my
movie.
head. Currently, I'm singing like some song. He's like, there's always a song playing in my head, and then like other things.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh.
Yeah, that's why when people are like, when people say stuff like that, where they're just like, oh, like there's nothing going on. Like my husband's kind of like that. I'm like, what are you thinking? And he's like, nothing. And I'm like, what? Yeah, like what? What would that even be like? I don't even. Yeah. And so like even when I'm meditating, I'm like there's always something. It's never quiet. And even when I read, that was another fun thing that I got to learn, is that like ADHDers, like when we read, there's like a narrative going on in your head of like the story you're reading. So there's like a narrator, and he's like, and now she ran across the dunes and gave him a kiss. And it's like in a whole different like voice. And there's like different voices for different characters when I read. And when I find out that other people don't do that, I'm very sad for them. A lot of fun. Maybe that's why I like to read so much. Yeah. Clearly you don't experience that. It's weird. It's fun.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it's like a whole movie. And that's why when a book becomes a movie.
It's like story time in kindergarten.
Yeah, and it's like when a book becomes a movie and I go see it and I'm like, that's not what he sounds like. That's wrong.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck that kid. That's wrong. Fuck the baby. I gotta go home. It's bullshit. She sounds like this instead. You know, and I get all mad. I have to go home. That's why I don't like books that become movies. I'm like, nope, it'll be wrong. I didn't direct this. This is bullshit. I didn't tell you how to make this fucking thing. I'm going home. Bag a day. I did think of you the other day.
I can't believe what a fucking great date you are.
Yeah, this is why my husband's like, oh, I love going out in public.
Yeah.
Never leave the
house. No, I'll leave without you. Or just we don't go.
Yeah, or we just don't have to see anybody.
Yeah.
Ever.
Talk to people. Really.
No, you shouldn't do that for sure.
You shouldn't.
I should not. Yeah, I should be like on a leash.
Yeah.
You know, like those
bears.
Like those bears in the circus. It's like one of those. Yeah. It would probably be easier and safer.
True.
But if I was a wombat, boop, 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 with my butt. Come on, that's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty smart. I fucking love animals. I'm gonna give you an animal fact every time we do a pod now.
I know.
Because it's like so much fun. And I have so many of them.
Yeah.
Which is weird. That's the tism I got, not the math one. Fucking got the animal one though.
Yeah, you sure did. You got some other
but
ones.
I can't add.
Some other stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But see, you learned a lot today, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
Got all the space stuff and the animal shit. And now I'm going to do my due diligence and find out the name of the actual astronauts that were stuck up there. Now it's going to bug me. Make it bad. Heck.
You have a lot of feelings.
I do. Yeah, I'm a feeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel everybody's feels too. It's real fun.
What do you feel with me? Because I don't have any feelings.
Well, you have a lot.
I don't feel them right now.
No, you do.
I don't have them right now, though, I'm saying.
No, not right now. Not right now.
We're really talking about the astronauts, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, you were just like flatline.
Yeah.
It was real fun.
I have fucking other things I have to do with my mental capacity. I have to conserve it.
Yeah.
I got other stuff. Like I got sick kids at home, so that's what I have to get
That's true.
about.
And it is nice that I didn't have to absorb your shit.
I try, yeah.
Because that's a lot. That's exhausting.
Well, you came in here like a fucking bat out of hell.
I always do.
No, not like that.
That's because I'm picking up a lot of people's shit these days.
I was like, whoa, you're a brrr. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like a hummingbird on meth.
Yeah.
Just like
strong, independent woman.
Yeah. Fuck. With my husband walking behind me to pick up all the shit that I drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And all the heavy things and all the things you can't reach.
Yeah, and everything I can't reach and all the math that I have to do.
100%. I'm like, babe, what's this plus this divided by 3 plus 13? He's like, 3.
Like,
yep.
Perfect.
Just gonna trust you.
Yeah, because neither of us would know the difference. Not one way, either way.
And he's pretty much always right.
Yeah, which is good. And my husband's like that too. He's real mathy. And I'm like, Like one day we were trying to figure out if we were going to take the carpet out of the bedrooms and like put flooring, like wood flooring. Not like regular flooring, like wood flooring, because they go like this direction, ting 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 ting. And he was all, and we'd need this and that and some of these and 5, and he had like it all figured out. And I was like, the fuck, like I don't even know where that would come from, that you would know how to like math the fuck out of a floor to put some wood on it.
It is so good you're married.
It really is. It's actually more surprising than good. It really.
Not really, because there's a lot of things I'm like, I don't think you could make it.
I would be so, I'm surprised I made it as long as I did.
No, same.
Fuck. He carries a lot.
I know.
Poor bastard. Yeah. That's why he's so big and strong.
Yeah, same.
Because it's just like all day. Yeah.
Mike's the same way.
I should probably get like little medals.
I get him medals.
Oh. Blowjobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think she reads like a real medal.
Nope. No.
She's like, and meat metal.
Yeah, metal. It's my mouth.
It's in here. Yeah. So there's that.
No, I think a lot too. Sometimes I think about, like, oh, Mike's so good to me, and then I'm like, the fuck do I bring to this relationship?
I think that all the time.
I'm like,
the passwords. That's what I bring.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bring a schedule.
Yeah, I bring some organization. That's about it, though. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Yeah. I bring a lot of chaos.
Bring the cuddles.
Oh, I can cuddle. Yeah, I can be a good big spoon, even though I'm real small.
Yeah. No, I don't like the big spoon. I'm too small for that. It's stupid.
Yeah, you just get in his butt crack.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh, it's nice in here, and he's like, where the fuck she go? Yeah. And I'm like.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in your arms.
Yeah, I'm like,
literally. Can you get me out?
Yeah.
Like the hand just comes out.
My little underdeveloped hand.
Go with your little Frodo.
Whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we got off topic, but anyways, now we've all learned a lot of things today.
Yeah.
About bullshit and wombats.
And wombats. Yeah. Makeup, daisies, bullshit, and wombats.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh, that's what we'll call this. All right, kids. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do about this closer. We gotta figure that out. We gotta just write. If we could just put it on some paper, because it's on my phone.
I know. We could like tape it to the desk there.
Yeah, so I could read it. But it kind of sucked, so we need to redo it. Because I remember when we read it, I was like, it sounds like one of those commercials.
It sounds like ChatGPT wrote it.
Yeah, ChatGPT definitely wrote it, and it sounds like one of those like medical commercials, where they're like,
at the end,
I feel so great even though I'm bleeding out of my butthole, and you're like, wow, that's weird.
You're like, we can't wait for you to get on this medication that might cause death.
Yeah, and it's like, if you feel like you're dying or you're bleeding out of your eyes, but it's okay, you won't have those night sweats because you're dead.
Yeah, you're like, my eyes are bleeding.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
bleeding.
No.
Through here.
It's fine.
Yeah, people in churches are scared of this, but yeah.
It's fine. Just keep taking it.
Just be good.
Push through.
No night sweats for you. Just death.
Just go through the education system.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, kids. Well, someday we'll have a closer. Fucking definitely not today. That's it.
Someday we'll have a closer.
Someday.
Today's not that day.
Not this day. Not today. Fuck off with that. So, bag of dicks instead. Other faces. See you next week. Bye.